So before we begin, let's begin. Let me explain to you how the course is structured. I'm here to help you every step of the way. My courses are broken into modules. Each module section, each video, will be approximately 5 minutes long. There's 9 videos per module, hence each module is 45 minutes. Why 45 minutes? Based on my soon-to-be 29 years of learning and training experience, you go to sleep after a certain time. So my objective is to get you up and running in a reasonable amount of time. More importantly, I want to involve you in the thinking process, how that particular software thinks, what it expects from you, etc., etc., etc. So sit back, relax. Let me explain the best way to get through my courses. As great as my training is, do not binge watch. Don't spend 2 hours watching my video and then the next video. You're not going to learn and comprehend that way. What I suggest you do is for every half hour to 45 minutes of watching my time-tested step-by-step videos, I suggest you spend the next 3 to 4 hours or more practicing. If you make mistakes, that's good. Mistakes is how we learn things. So take it one step at a time and let's get it started in understanding how WordPress thinks. First of all, what is WordPress? Well, WordPress is an online web application solution for building responsive design websites for desktop, mobile, smartphones. WordPress is tied via PHP, which is a programming language tied to a MySQL database. Now, that's all technical stuff right now. It's really not important to understand that. But what is important to understand is that WordPress is a simple point-and-click, drop-and-drag interface. The nice thing about WordPress, it started out as a simple blog back in the 2005, 2006. Now it's big time. Every major big box store, Macy's, Best Buy, Target, they all use WordPress sites. WordPress is very SEO friendly, and you could take this skill set any place and make lots of money. So this course is going to teach you the do's and don'ts, how to think, how to get things done the right way, how to deal with clients, how to tie it into Google Analytics, and the difference between themes and plugins. So what a theme is the overall look and layout of your particular WordPress installation. The content is basically the content itself. The content can be pictures, videos, graphics, text. The content doesn't change. The overall look of the site changes, and that's where a theme comes in. So you can pick a particular theme. Now, this particular course is going to focus on the Avada theme because I think for the money, the Avada theme is a commercial product. I will give you access for training purposes to the Avada theme that you can use during this course. However, I really like the Avada theme. I get no kickbacks and no subsidies. I just have experience with a lot of different themes out there. The Avada theme is basically polished. It will solve any solution that you have for e-commerce or online marketing websites or membership websites, which is part of your course. What you're looking at right now is the 2016 version of the free WordPress installation. We're going to replace that, but before we do, I just want to share with you how WordPress thinks. So that's enough about themes for right now. WordPress also uses plugins. Plugins are simple mini applications. Some plugins are actually larger than the theme itself, but plugins basically enhance the WordPress experience to do things that WordPress wouldn't do by default. As an example, security plugins and SEO marketing plugins and shopping plugins, etc., etc. So a plugin is basically an enhancement to your WordPress theme, and they're all installed through the backend admin. Now, what you're seeing up here is because I'm logged in as an administrator. I'm the administrator of the site, therefore you're seeing this. If I logged out as an example, you would not see this information. But let me share with you a really cool production technique. I'm going to take this information. Now, I'm using multi-site. I'll explain more about that as the course progresses. I'm going to take this and copy that, and I'm going to come up here. I'm in Firefox, and I'm just going to make this a new private window. You can do this in Firefox or Chrome. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because this will share with you what the site would look like so you don't have to log out. So this is what the user would see. So I just want to share with you at any time. We're going to do this a lot during the course. I'm going to share with you what it looks like in private mode. Therefore, you don't have to log out. So sit back, relax, crack your knuckles, have a beverage. In our next video, we'll get started in exploring all the ins and outs of WordPress essentials. Thank you for being here. My name is Robert Farrell. So in my previous video, I explained to you that we're logged in as the administrator to the site. Now, notice that I didn't take you through how to set up WordPress. I'm going to give you access to a fully installed WordPress solution that you can basically kick the tires, and that will be part of your course and your training. So here's what I want to share with you. Right now, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to Dashboard. The Dashboard is where you do all the building inside of WordPress. So as an example, if I want to view the site again, I can click right here and go to the site. If I click right here, I can go to Dashboard. So we're going to stay in Dashboard for a second. Now, a lot of this stuff can be very confusing. We're just going to bypass a lot of this for now. We're not going to cut any corners, but I just want to get you up and running in the quickest amount of time. Now notice over here, it says My Sites. I happen to be using a multi-site installation. I will share with you how to set up multi-site, which I highly suggest you do. It's one of the greatest features of WordPress. That means with one installation, you could have many clients on your website. Now, what that means is, obviously, if this is your website domain name, this is called a subdomain. So let's say this is something called theme training, because that's what I'm doing. I'm teaching you how to basically use themes inside of WordPress. So let's say we call this client 123. Well, they're not going to want to have this kind of web address, but what I will share with you in subsequent videos is we can do something called domain mapping. We can actually map an actual domain name so it looks like a real life website, which of course it is anyway. Anyway, enough of that. All right, so let's understand the basics of WordPress. WordPress publishes pages and WordPress publishes posts. The difference being your posts are mainly left over from the blog era, people that posted a lot of blogs of the day, of the hour, of the minute. Now notice that in between pages and posts, pages have categories. Posts have categories, pages do not. Now, very important step here. If I go here to visit my site again, you'll notice that I have, if I come over here to the right here, you'll notice that I don't have a category. More importantly, I do, but it's uncategorized. So the first thing that we're going to do is basically name this category, which is a very important step. The last thing you want to do for search engine optimization, everything I teach you has a purpose behind it. Again, I mentioned this before, but I want to make this like real world, on the job training. I want to share exactly the way I would do this based on my decades of experience with doing websites. So the first thing we're going to do is change the category to something like, let's say we're going to do online training. That's what we're doing. Here's a simple way we can do this. We can click right here and go to uncategorize. Now, notice something very important. Because I'm logged in as the admin, I can just click right here and edit that category. Now, very important step. You can't delete the base category, but you can change this. So let's change this to something like online training. Now, very important step here. I'm going to take that and I'm going to copy that. This is what the user would see. This is what a search engine would see. So we're going to do something a little bit more sophisticated. We're going to do something called online training. So online training, WordPress, learning how to spell would certainly help. WordPress video tutorials. Now, here's what I want to share with you. Don't be lazy when it comes to SEO, and also don't be lazy when it comes to understanding how to spell something. Okay, now you should put a hyphen in between here, but let me share something with you. You don't actually have to do that. Now, this information here, I highly suggest you fill this in. That's something that's pertinent to your websites. I'm just going to update that for a second. And you'll notice that it put the hyphens in there for you. So now if I go to my site here to view the site in the front end, you will see that I now have a category called online training. And if I click that, that will basically pull up any post that was tied to that particular category. And of course, I'll take it one step at a time and share with you how to do that in our next video. So in the next video, I'm going to share with you how to set up in the difference between a post and a page. So stay tuned.